2 weeks now since we've seen decent rainfall. For more on the numbers, here's meteorologist Zack Webster.
The last time we saw measurable rainfall out at the airport in Dothan was back on April 6th and April 7th, where we saw combined just a little bit over 3 inches of rain. And at the time, that put us close to 2 inches above normal for the month of April. Things have been pretty dry since then. We've only seen a trace of rain since then, and a surplus that was once close to 2 inches has now turned into a deficit that is approaching a half of an inch. And if we continue to stay dry, we're going to add yet another month to this list where we've seen below average rainfall since September. Every single month after that, we've seen below normal rainfall, and it looks like April may be headed that direction as well. We're also in a little bit of a streak of drier days. Here's a look at some of the longest streaks of drier days since the start of January in 2024. The longest of those 32 days that ended back on November 5th in 2024. Our current streak at 13 days, that's currently fourth, but it looks very likely we'll at least tie that for third as far as those driest streaks go since the start of January in 2024. The good news is drought conditions not really in place across the region. The rain that we saw back at the start of April did a really good job of pushing a lot of that away. Still some dry conditions right down along the Gulf Coast. However, if we do continue to see these drier conditions stick around, we may see some of those abnormally dry conditions set back up across the region.
Amazing information there. You look at the number of months since July that have been below normal. Outside of Hurricane Helene in September, every month drier than normal.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this is something I touched on last week for Weather Extra. Just looking back at last August, I think that really hit us hard in terms of starting those dry streaks. And yeah, the information and the data just speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean, April's going to end up drier than normal. There's a good chance that May will be drier than normal as well.